You have a large catalog and you're wondering how do you use data to merchandise it a little bit better? My name is Stephen Pope. I've got my co-pilot here today. This is my new puppy, Loki. He's a cutie, isn't he? We'll give him a nice little close-up for the Hollywood shot right there. Yeah, look at him. All right, so he's going to be in my lap while I look at some data. So this is what's called a market basket analysis. And the goal of this, we're going to go to one of my soap listings and scroll down to the A plus content. And down here, you can see what's called a product grid inside of the A plus content. It's most commonly put at the very bottom of the A plus content. And there's a lot of reasons for why this exists and why it's awesome. AOV, average order value, increases when you have a product grid. So if you don't have a product grid, there's your action item immediately, go get one. And the other thing is that you can consider figuring out which items to merchandise with each other. Now, if you only have 5 products and selling on Amazon, you're just going to put all 5 in this product grid, right? But I have an account with 300 SKUs. We're probably doing too many SKUs, and we've probably fallen into the trap of merchandising too much. However, we're going to use some data to start cleaning this up. As we scroll further down, we can see videos, and then we see competing ads like this. And when we scroll up, we look at the parentage, and we can see items connected like this. Now, obviously, if you're parenting things together, more people are going to buy those together. That's going to basically cause our data that we're going to look at to connect. However, what we're not going to see is somebody's not going to buy macho plus fruity together as much as they're going to buy fruity with good and evil. And there could be a variety of reasons that could be causing that. But as we go into the data today, you're going to see that there could be ways or strategy on which items we parent together on an advanced side. And then on the less advanced side, which items are we going to put into the A plus content grid? So that's the goal today. And by the way, I did not look at this data before we go dive in. So I don't know what we're going to find. But if we look at the data here, this is going to be in a quarterly range. I do recommend that you change the market basket analysis to quarterly. And the reason for that is you're not going to be able to make very good decisions if it's only on a weekly basis. So next, we're going to select by the brand. We could set up the category. So if I wanted to do just the soaps, I could do that. I'm going to leave them in for now. Almost all the items in the top here we're going to see are soaps. So here you can see in Q2, we sold 863 of this unit right here, which is our top seller macho scent. And what we're going to be looking at is the purchase combination 1, 2, and 3. So I don't know if this is going to be easier to read in the web app like this, or if it's going to be better to hit a generate download and do some filter work, but we'll see what this looks like. So, all right, puppy is not happy. He's an unhappy puppy. He wants to go back to sleep. All right, so let's dive into the data. And the first item on the purchase combination is this one right here. And it looks like 6% of people buy this one as well. So masculine connecting to macho. Is that, predictable? Yeah, absolutely. So if we scroll down and we look at the A plus content grid, do we have macho next to masculine? And the answer is we do not. And the mistake that we made in this particular instance is that we put like the old macho set next to each other. And, this was probably good when we first launched because we were trying to associate the fact, hey, we had a packaging update, right? What's interesting is that we still sell a lot of the old one. And when I click this, check this out. We got the link wrong. So we're showing the wrong picture for the link to go there anyway. So there's clearly a large account like mine, if we don't have the A plus content grids correct, that's a challenge, right? We got to upgrade the merchandising, which is why this is a great audit to do. Going back to the data, we can see what's going to be in slot purchase combination 2 and 3. So we're going to click on both of these, 4% there and a 2% here. So we have, let's see. So that's the masculine. Did I get confused there? Let's scroll back to the left. So the columns are a little large. Can I shrink this down? No. Why are there 3 bars there if I can't even like, okay, there we go. Okay, I can make it larger, but I can't make it smaller. That makes sense. Maybe the generate download button is going to be best. Simple view. All right. Let's see what this does. In progress. Let's see if we hit reload on this. So it's going to take a second to download. Usually most downloaded reports out of Amazon take about 30 seconds. Let's see how long this one takes. We'll come back to that. So here, if we scroll back to the left, and I got to go back and forth on the scrolling. So I think the Excel file might be superior. So here is our root product, which is the macho. Purchase combination in slot 1 is masculine. So why is masculine showing up twice? That seems really weird to me. There's got to be something going on with that. Okay, there we go. Good and evil. So the way that we would redo the A+ content on these soaps is we'd connect those 3. We'd have masculine, macho, good and evil. Let's scroll to the right. Then this last one here would be fruity in that order. One of the things I'm wondering is, would the root ASIN affect the purchase combinations of the other ones? So for example, what we just looked at was the fruity one was the weakest link to the macho. So if we go to the fruity one here, what shows up in slot 2 for fruity, is it the same item? And that's what I'm kind of curious to see happen here. So we're going to go back to purchase combination number 1 and see what it's linking to. And it's linking to the damsel. So you don't just want to blindly set up the product grid identically between multiple products based on the first purchase combination. And that's a really enlightening thought. So when we go to the fruity one, we're going to link to the damsel with the old packaging. Seeing what else fruity links to, we've got the galactic. So that's the old one as well. So it looks like the new fruity, and let's make sure I'm doing this correctly. Let's look at the raw fruity. So that's actually the old packaging fruity. So I messed that up. So what I want to do instead is go back to the fruity here. Where is it? It's the fruity. I think this is. That's the damsel. So which one's fruity then? There we go. So this fruity one right here, if we take that ASIN and go back to the data, and we're looking to see which one it links to, let's look at this. That goes over to good and evil. So even though I looked at this incorrectly, the point still remains the same. You're going to want to link different products based on the purchase combination, because somebody who's looking for fruity is more likely to buy good and evil as a cursory additional product. So this is really telling on consumer behavior. Sometimes you want to ignore the data and just merchandise this to like show new products, and that's fine too. But by doing a market basket analysis, we're going to increase the average order value even further, because the data shows there's a cursory interest in these combinations of what should link to what. So let's do this again with our smudge sticks. So we'll switch up the product line. So this is the pack of 6 on the smudge sticks. And then in slot number, purchase combination number 1, see if I'm looking at the right one here. Go to the left. So here's our smudge sticks. Is that right? No. All right, let's try this again. So here we go. Now we're on the right line. We're linking over to somebody else's product, the Luna Sundra. So if we go and look at their product, this is not my brand. This is an ASIN that we're probably going to want to target for advertising, or try and launch and sell it ourselves, because somebody who's buying my sage sticks is also buying Palo Santo. And it's kind of a low price point, but 11,000 reviews. So as we scroll down, putting our product as an ASIN target on this, probably a good idea, because then we're cross-pollinating. Like, we would love to show up in their frequently bought together right here and take advantage of that. So I'm just curious if our Age of Sage shows up anywhere on like some of these ads. So I'm going to do Control F Age of Sage, and we don't. So this could be an opportunity to try and advertise that ASIN. We're obviously not going to link to them, but we're going to want to show up on theirs. As we scroll to the right, we're seeing Palo Santo again, and we're seeing frankincense. So there's no products that are showing up on my side for combination purchase, but this gives us some advertising ideas. So that's kind of an interesting takeaway as well. Okay, now I've got the Excel file download in business, and we can come in here and sort some of this. So it looks like the filters are lost when you do the download. So we're going to hit the filter button here, and we're going to sort this from largest to smallest in the order so it matches what we were paying attention to. And then the other thing we could do is maybe highlight anything greater than 10% and really focus in on those. So let's do greater than, we'll say 9 on this. And then here, these are all the things that have a high propensity to be purchased together. So if we analyze this, we're going to see some really interesting data, right? So this one is the masculine scent, and it's got a 10% with the macho. If we look at the next line, we're looking at the good and evil pack is getting 10% with the macho. So that's straightforward, makes sense. Fruity is getting connected with good and evil. Damsel is getting connected with fruity. Fruity old is getting connected with, and I don't even see, okay, it's in the front of the title there. And that's getting connected to the damsel. So it's interesting to kind of see like which has the highest propensity. And then you just scroll down, you see something like, whoa, there's a 38% connection here. Let's go check this one out, right? Let's go back to Amazon.com and look up this product and see what's going on with it. So this Luigi tumbler that we made, it's getting a huge connection with the Mario tumbler that we have, a 38%. That means almost 1 in 2 people are going to buy 2 products together. That's incredible, right? Like absolutely incredible to see that. And we don't even link to it in the product grid. That kills me. How do we miss that? Brand story also not really up to snuff, in my opinion. So we're probably going to want to reconnect. Obviously, the parentage here is doing most of the work, which is good. But how do we not have the product grid cross-linking all of the products that people are going to buy together? That we're trying to cross-pollinate and cross-merchandise some of these other products, but I don't know. That seems like an opportunity we're going to miss. So we're going to need a unique brand story for this as well. And the other thing too is that sometimes we launch a lot of new products, and like we get a lot of things that do well and a lot of things that don't do well. And it's a question of like, well, how much effort do we want to put into it? You know, how much resources do we want to invest? And so there's some questions on that. And some of the products that I sell come and go, and you know they don't do as well over time because you know there's some novelty behind them. So if we look at this, you know, we've only sold 2 the last 7 days, 18 the last 30. And if we go back through the data, we can see the longevity of it, and we've sold 36 of it. So the question is like, should I be paying attention to the SKU that sells me 36 units, or should I go be paying attention to the one that sells me 900 a month, like the soaps? There's no question we're going to go invest in the soaps, right? But that's still an interesting connection to see like, hey, Luigi and Mario go well together. Obviously, no brainer. Like somebody's going to buy 2 of these. But it's good to know like where I should be focusing my team. By the way, if you haven't seen this yet, this is a video I did on targeting your followers. So somebody that buys 1 Luigi cup and they come back and they see like, oh, there's 10% off. I just need to hit this button here and use this code. I'll grab the Mario for 10% off because I follow the brand. And you can see that over at the store where they're following somebody with the button right there. That's pretty cool to be able to do some of those promotions. I did a more in-depth video you guys can watch here next and check it out. But that's the video today on using a market basket analysis, how to prioritize your efforts, how to prioritize which products are linking to each other. Hopefully found that helpful. Leave me a comment if you thought this was interesting. I'd never thought about doing this before. One of my brand managers actually came up with the idea, and now I'm doing a video to demonstrate like how strategic it is. I think it's a great merchandising talent opportunity, being able to use data to select which goes where. Everybody's going to want to jump on this. Thanks for watching.